I'd like to introduce Petula from England, who takes LDN for multiple sclerosis. Thank you for joining me, Petula.
Hello.
Could you tell us when you were diagnosed with MS?
February 2002.
Okay, and how old were you?
I was 38.
And what were the symptoms that led to your diagnosis?
I lost the sight in my left eye.
And had you been troubled with anything before, or was that the first symptom?
I've had odd symptoms on and off, and I think my doctor just thought I was a hypochondriac. So in some ways it was quite good because his record showed that I'd had regular relapses.
Yes. And how many years do you think you'd had it prior to your diagnosis?
I think probably about 20 years before.
Really? So you would have been extremely young, wouldn't you? You'd have been about 18?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And I would get such extreme exhaustion and couldn't explain it.
And I understand what you're saying about being a hypochondriac. How do you explain to somebody, you know, that you... And some people are told that they're depressed and given antidepressants and things, when there's actually a reason for feeling how you feel. So, before you found LDN, if you had to rate your quality of life on a score of 1 to 10, and 10 being the highest, what would it have been?
Before finding LDN, I'd say I was probably a 3.
Really? So you were quite poorly by that time then. What were your symptoms before you found LDN?
Extreme fatigue. Could hardly walk at all. I struggled to just get around in the house. And I thought I'm going to end up in a wheelchair soon. And in the house I actually have got a wheelchair. But I hate using it. And I was determined that I wasn't going to end up in it.
Yes.
And I think in some ways that's what the LDN has enabled me not to get into that wheelchair.
How did you hear about LDN?
On the website. I'd heard about it at the MS Centre in Reading because some people have been on it, and I was looking it up online, and as I say, then eventually I got a link from the MS Centre in Reading for LDN, and because prior to that I'd had to get a private prescription which cost me £100 at a time.
Right.
Because my doctor wouldn't give me a prescription.
So did you get a private prescription? Do you have a private prescription now?
No. Well, I do, but I get it from Scotland.
Right, yeah.
Which I think a lot of people do now.
That's right. And when you first started, did you notice any side effects?
From the LDN?
Yeah.
No, I just noticed that I felt so much better. It was like it had opened up something in my head. The fog in my brain had cleared because I just felt so foggy and woolly. It affected my speech. And once taking the LDN, I don't slur my speech or anything now. Because I just sounded like I was drunk.
Yes. And what about your energy levels? Have they gone up?
Oh, yes. Yes, definitely. I must admit I have to be careful because if I don't pace myself, then I end up in bed again for a day because I've done too much.
Yes. And what about you?
Listening to my own body.
Well, I think we all do that. If you feel good one day, you tend to do everything you can, and then, of course, the next day you pay for it.
That's right.
I've forgotten what I was going to say now. So, what is your walking like now you've been on LDN?
Well, I walk with a walker, and today I've got my trolley, because I walk with that because I can put everything on it.
Yes.
So, but as I say, I have to use a walking aid even to get to my car, but I can still drive, which I'm really glad about.
And how long have you been taking LDN now?
Oh, I think it's probably about 4 years.
Well, that's good. And what would you say your quality of life is now?
Oh gosh, it's 100% improved. You know, I can go out for the evening without sort of like begging to be taken home because I'm just so worn out.
Mm.
So it's just so much better.
Mm. And what would you say to other people who are thinking of trying LDN?
I would say to them, please try it, because it's amazing. It works on your brain. It just clears that fog. Because if you do get the brain fog with MS, it's horrible because your brain doesn't work properly. You can't concentrate on things. And as I say, it was just like someone just turning a light on. It's incredible.
That's one really good success story, isn't it, Petula?
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, my husband says that as well. I mean, we did try all sorts of things like the snake's serum, which cost me £7,000. You know, I did waste a lot of money on other things to try and get something to support myself, because the NHS just write you off, don't you? They just said to me, literally, just go away and die quietly. And I'm not that type of person. I thought, no, I've got to find something for myself.
Yes. It's amazing.
It is
Thank
amazing.
you. Thank you very much for sharing your story with us, Petula.
You're very welcome.